Hello, I want to welcome you today to our online scholarship webinar. We're going to actually do a lot of great education with you today. The webinar should not last any more than 38 minutes total time, so I'm very excited about keeping this short and brief. And I want to give you an incentive for those that are really interested in learning how they can take their children's education to the next level, get them into college, pay for that college without a lot of loans and Parent Plus loans and all that stuff. We want to give you money for attending this workshop. So for those who attend all the way into the end of the 38 minutes, we'll get an incentive. If you have a child that's between the age of 1 and 17, or if you know someone that has a child between the age of 1 and 17, we're going to actually give you a scholarship today. It's going to be a tuition reward scholarship for $500 minimum just by you finishing and listening to the whole workshop today. So let me show you where that scholarship is going to come from, and then once you get to the end of the webinar, we'll show you how we're going to get that money in your hand to use towards college expenses. There's no strings attached to this. It's a wonderful program. I'm actually a SAGE sponsor. SAGE is a tuition reward program, and so they have basically 344 colleges that are in the SAGE network, and they have over 363,000 students, 354 to be exact. And if you attend this webinar and go into the entirety, your number would be added to that student number in SAGE. So the participating colleges, you can actually go to SAGE Tuition Rewards website on your own and see that I'm not playing about this. I'm actually a SAGE sponsor. They're in 45 states, and they have 344 colleges that are in the SAGE network. As you can see here, these are all the different schools that you can go and see that are participating schools. So you can look at that on your own, but you would be awarded an account where you can actually go out and look at your own SAGE points that we're going to give to you today by being actually an attendant to this scholarship webinar. So I'm very happy about being able to give that to you as an incentive for those who actually stay for the entirety of the webinar. And welcome to the College Scholarship Program. Again, this is Claude Harris. I'm the founder and creator of the College Coaching Network. I'm one that loves to have fun. I like to be very engaging. I've been on these webinars and I feel like I was getting ready to go to sleep because the person was just so monotone. So I am definitely going to keep you on your toes. I want to make sure we give you a ton of value to actually add to what you need to know about college planning. I've been working with families for about three and a half years here in Kansas City, where there's some great barbecue here in Kansas City and with the Chiefs, and so we basically had a lot of fun here, kind of going over our pilot program with the YMCA. We still serve the YMCA, but since we left just serving only the Y, we actually have gained anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000 students that are actually using our scholarship program. So I'm very happy. We've created a blueprint. We started out, we had about 12 things that we had these kids doing. They were losing their mind. They said this is too much. So we definitely want to go through how we've actually scaled this down to a 5-step building block system. So enjoy the ride. We're going to give you a lot of great information. If you have any questions, feel free to post those questions on the side. We will definitely respond to your questions. All right. So the first things I want to kind of go over are some helpful tips. So you may want to get your pen and paper handy. We're going to start out automatically into learning mode, all right? And so the first one is, how early can I submit my FAFSA? Okay, so, and I'm going to probably sidebar and have some other information that I'll drop on you too, but the first one here is, how early can I submit my FAFSA? So you can basically do it January the 1st of their senior year. Okay, that's January the 1st of their senior year. You can actually go ahead and submit the FAFSA form. Now, FAFSA, what does that mean? That's free application for federal student aid. That's what that stands for. You can Google it and check me out if you want to. So once you do that January the 1st, you're going to have a lot of fun understanding a couple things. All right. The first thing you're going to understand is you are probably going to have to use your estimated income taxes. Okay, because normally you don't get your W-2 back, or if you're a business owner, you probably don't file your taxes until sometime before April the 15th, right? So you got to do the FAFSA off of your estimated income taxes, and then basically from there, once you file, that you can come back, and I believe that deadline is around June, and actually update or upload your actual income taxes into the FAFSA form. So long as you are overestimating when you go back and make your adjustments, it shouldn't alter or change much with your financial aid, because you basically kind of maybe took your year-to-date pay stub from December and you use that however that works. So I do have a degree in accounting, but I'm not going to act like you're accountant in this situation. So I would definitely suggest that you talk to a tax advisor and yada yada yada, just to make sure that I'm covering my own behind. So the next one is, and I'm sidebarring before I go down to if you're divorced. There is what is called a base year. And so you may want to write this one down. And this stuff is just oozing out of me. Base year. All right. Base year is January of their junior year, that the colleges can look back. So let's say you have something that is called an asset protection allowance, and that's what when you're putting down your how much income you have, what your family size is, how much money you may have in CDs, mutual money market accounts, things like that, rental property that you may own. Any of those things are classified under your net worth. Things you do not want to put down in regards to your asset protection allowance is your 401k. I've met a family that put that down, and they tried to appeal and get that off, and they were fighting, had to do a Parent Plus loan, and then try to go back and try to get that worked out. It was a nightmare. They actually had to do about $12,500 in a Parent Plus loan that they did not need to do, but the husband didn't know, and he was trying to get the information put down, and it was rushing and what have you. So I've seen children actually try to complete the FAFSA form at their school, and that's not a form that you want your child to do, and at least without you being there. You want to make sure you look over the financial affairs as being submitted to the colleges. So you definitely want to make sure that if you have an asset that's in your name, let's say you own a rental property and that rental property has a lot of equity in it, and you have that property in your name, that's going to count against your asset protection allowance. I'm 42 years of age. I can only have $42,000 in liquid assets, be it equity in rental properties, money in my checking or savings account, or CDs or what have you, that would not disqualify my child for financial aid. $1 over that $42,000 amount is now taking me over the asset protection allowance amount and putting me in a position where I can disqualify myself for financial aid. So if you need more help on that, we can help you. We've got another program that's pretty intensive, when we can actually help you calculate that and things of that sort. But today we're just going to actually talk about two of our primary programs that a lot of families love. So definitely you want to pay attention to that if you don't understand asset protection allowance. All right, now let's go down to the next question. If you're divorced, who files the financial aid paperwork? Well, it depends. Typically, the way they state is whoever has 51% custody of the child. But if you are making changes in the child's custodial living environment, or who they stay with for that 51%, and maybe you have a deadbeat ex-husband or deadbeat ex-wife or what have you, and but they're still maybe in the picture where they can actually watch the child and they have lower income, sometime that may be a play that you may want to look into, to make sure that you can actually qualify for more financial aid. Can my personal credit, it's my own question, I couldn't read it. Can my personal credit affect my child's financial aid? I told you I'm crazy, I'm engaged, and love to have fun. All right. Yes, it can. If you have bad credit, it can still possibly help your child. Yeah, I said that right. It can still possibly help your child, because if you can't get a Parent Plus loan, the school can give you another $4,000. Talked to a school about 2 months ago, and they actually offered the family another $4,500 more if she disqualified for a Parent Plus loan, and that loan was actually in the name of the student, which was amazing. Okay, if you make too much money, should you file the FAFSA form? Yes, you should, because the schools love those families that make a lot of money, because they feel that you will actually be a donor to the university. Therefore, they feel that you're going to be able to make heavy contributions, and oftentimes they actually will award your child with endowment funds, because they feel that you're going to continually contribute back to their endowment. So yes, there are benefits to filling out that FAFSA form. I don't care how much money you make, you can still get more money even if you don't qualify. Now, what are endowments? Let me break that down. Endowments are basically the school receiving gift money from alumni, parents, what have you, and those gifts that are received are tax-free to the institution because it's a gift, and then they take that money and invest it in their endowment fund, and they grow those funds. So some of these colleges have billion-dollar endowment funds. If you get money cost of attendance, which is like your room and board, books, tuition fees, and all that nerdy stuff. If you have that happening, that's really just covering the operational expenses of the campus. It's not actually doing anything with the endowment. Okay, and when should my child start taking the ACT or the SAT test prep? Great question, Claude. Whoa, they should start doing that as soon as possible. They do have some information out there. We actually have ACT test prep program, but we can actually see them start as early as the 8th grade. Just getting themselves wrapped around the way the questions are asked, making sure that they're kind of engaged and being calm and prepared to take the test, and how to comprehend the questions and things of that sort. So you can never start too early. How early can my child apply to college? We typically say, sometime maybe around the beginning of the latter part of their junior year or going into the senior year. You can go online and look at what their regular or early decision dates are before they actually go out there and apply. So you can kind of see what that is. It's always a case-by-case basis, but we've seen all kind of things in this business. So next question, how do I compare colleges? I'm glad you asked. Things you want to look at is, what are the 4-year graduation rates for the schools? Very important to look at that. You may look at one school that is maybe $30,000 higher when you look at the total cost, but then their endowment gives more, and then you look at their graduation rates, and one school has an 89% 4-year graduation rate, the other school has a 20% 4-year graduation rate. So you really got to compare the total cost of graduating, not just looking at the annual cost of attending that college. So those are things you want to pay attention to. Hopefully I'm doing good. Hopefully you guys are really writing down a lot of good notes here. All right, how do I find out more about my dream college? Great. You can go out there again and you can look at what the other students are saying. There's student reviews that are out there on the college. You can actually see what's going on with the employment rate for the different colleges that are out there, like how many people are graduating, getting jobs. You can look at the things about do they have a major or do they have a master's degree in your field of study? Do they have a doctorate degree that's going to be required for you? So those are good, helpful things that you want to do for sure. So that's pretty much all I have on those helpful tips. I'm going to now kind of segue over and let you see our building block system. You're going to see here that we have career exploration, dream job and college matching, college research, merit-based funding, and financial aid. So we had about 12 of these things at one time, and it was just like driving these kids bananas. So what we notice is, just keep it simple, stupid kids, right? And so we start out with career exploration. We believe that that's just as important as finding the right fit for your college, because if you don't know what you want to commit your career to, then you're going to spend more time in that career than you're going to spend on a college campus. I say this like every day, so it's like it just comes out of my mouth. So you really want to focus in on what are you passionate about? What do you want to do? What are you gifted at? What they say, what would you do for free? They have career clusters that you can do. So all these things we do within our program that helps them identify the areas that they're gifted at. From that point, we want to match the schools that are best fitted for the things that they're really good at. Then we want to look at their endowments. We just talked about that, grants and university scholarships. We want to look at what we can do to improve the ACT test if we're not scoring what we need to in order to get into the college. Private scholarships if we can't maybe get enough money from their endowment, or essay writing, which is it's not a bad word. Essay writing is not a bad word, but you have to write essays to go after these private scholarships. So that is important for you to really understand. And we actually show you some of the tips and tricks that we've seen some of the successful students do, where they maybe write 20 to 25 essays, and then they kind of tweak those essays to be able to match other scholarship opportunities that are similar to get more essays out even faster. And then financial aid, college leveraging, which is a pretty cool thing. We'll talk about that. FAFSA, which we talked about that already, and then the appeal letter process. So that's our 5-step system. And so we implement this whole 5-step pillar system through our software. So we're going to walk you through now into our software that actually I kind of worked with a guy named Travis, and we co-developed some of the back-end functions that work with what he's done to enhance the program based upon what the parents were saying that they wanted. So very biased about the software. I think it's pretty good, but again, I am biased, so let's see how you feel about the program. All right, now here's a login screen to the software that I've been talking about, that I'm biased about. So you can see College Coaching Network, and you've got the new student. They're going to use their email address, and then we give them a PIN code, and then they use that to log into the software. Okay, and so once they get into the software, you're going to actually see them initially going to a dashboard, which is where it's supposed to go. But with me, anything can happen. And so you'll notice we had that 5-pillar system, which is career exploration, dream job, and college matching, college research, merit-based funding, financial aid. And so we have all that built into our software. Okay. Before we go through these to-do tabs over here on the left, I want to just point out an article that I read that was pretty interesting. You got to check this out. Now it says, want more than 38 minutes of college advice? Hire an independent admission counselor. So now hiring an independent admission counselor, we've done the research on it. They can range anywhere between $900 to $5,000 or $6,000 for you to get an independent admission counselor. So what we wanted to do was offer a program that would give you the same value that you could receive from an independent admission counselor, but allow you to kind of have the keys to the car and give you the system and let you drive it and take advantage of it on your own. Okay, so we put all of this information in one spot. I say this every day: you definitely don't need our program in order to have your child go to college, but by using our program and having everything in one spot makes your life and the journey getting to college a lot easier. But I want to point this out because I was very mind blown when I read this. It says the average amount of time that a guidance counselor spends giving college admission advice to a student at a U.S. public high school is 38 minutes total. And that's not per year, that's spread over 4 years. Okay, that is crazy. Okay, so what do we do here? We put you in a position where if you have any questions, you can post those questions right here in our software, and we will respond to any question that you have within 48 to 72 hours. I don't care what question it is. It could be, do we like dogs? It doesn't matter. You will get a response. You're going to always be connected to us at College Coaching Network. Okay? And so if you want to come out here, we're going to toggle quickly through this so you can kind of see how the program works. But we actually have built out these different pages, and they're actually going to kind of walk you through how to navigate around the program. So this page here is actually going to take you over to where we have an orientation video. Okay, it's about a 13-minute video, and it trains and teaches you how to navigate around the software. Okay, so you don't have to remember what I'm going to show you today. If you want to be a part of the program, you're going to actually be able to go back out and get the training that's necessary. Okay, and so if you can mark those complete, they'll turn green. And once you get those completed, okay, we do have a sponsorship with Pizza Hut now. They're giving us coupons, little personal pan pizza, so we are going to start giving those out sometime in October. So depending upon you listen to this webinar, October could be gone or it could be before then. So, but basically, if you come out here, you're going to notice that this is career exploration. Okay, so this is the first of our 5-pillar system. So when you come out here, you can click in here, and it's going to walk you into how to get yourself ready for your dream job. And so find your dream job. So we're going to walk you through how to do what is called like a career cluster. Hopefully you've done those in middle school or in high school or maybe at your church, something on that level. So there's a 15-minute assessment test that we have every student take that kind of allows them to see what they're good at, what they're gifted at, what they are passionate about doing, right? Like I am with this, right? So we've got all these different videos that are out here that they can look at other people in their career paths and see what they may be possibly interested in doing as well. And then we've got training center videos on how to use LinkedIn, what not to do on Facebook. My goodness, some of these Facebook posts. How to get an internship, career tips, interview tips, all that good stuff. So I did the 15-minute assessment test. I'm going to walk you through how I actually did it. When you click on this, you're going to actually go over into one of our partners program, which we love, and we have videos out there teaching them how to register and all that. We're walking you all the way through the process. And so I took the 15-minute assessment test, and if I go under my major, you're going to see my results. So as we go down here, you'll see that I have the first thing that popped up is accounting, and go figure, I have a degree from Pittsburgh State, Kansas University in accounting, right? So it's pretty doggone accurate. And so you come down here, it shows you the schools that are applicable to particular majors. So I can go out here and choose, okay, let me go to the degree of accounting, and it'll show me schools that are in a certain zip code of my radius of my zip code. There's 87 schools. And so if you come down here, if you click on those red buttons, the request info, their admission department will actually start sending information to your child, your student, in regards to how to get admitted and how to make it into that college. So it's a great way for them to get more information from the universities. If they want to go to a university close to home, they can do that. If they want to go like really, 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 really far away from mom and dad, they can do that. If they want to go to a particular state, they can just go in there and select the actual state. Okay. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go out, and that's 1,100 schools, that are in that area of accounting. So there's a lot of schools you may not even heard of before that are out there. So great research tool for you to use to find schools that can give you more financial aid. But if you come down here, they're going to give you subcategories under every category that you're good at. And so I'm going to go under accountants and auditor because I am a nerd. And then from there, I'm going to go under auditors, which is very, very nerdy. I did that my first 2 years out of college, and people really did not like seeing me come. And so if you come out here, they collect and analyze data, they confer with company financials and all that other crazy nerdy stuff. And they update and use relevant knowledge. So they show you like all these different things that you got to do in order to do this job, right? And then they show you the skills that are necessary to get the job done. And don't jump ahead on me. I see you already looking over at the salary over there. And so we'll get there here in a quick second. But if you go under the skills, critical thinking, reading comprehension, negotiating, bringing others together and trying to reconcile differences. Sounds like like a counselor to me instead of an auditor. Economics and accounting. Yep, that was my world. And coming down here, integrity, job requires being honest and ethical, attention to detail. I remember trying to find one penny on the balance sheet, and I just wanted to pull a penny out of my pocket and just give it to the people. And then you can come down here and you can find work values, independence, recognition, achievement, yada, 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 right? And so the moment of truth, drum roll, please. You can come out here under salary, and it'll show you what the median and average salary is, which is pretty cool, right? Now, I try to tell the students we work with here in Kansas City that you are not going to start out that high. You are going to start out at an entry-level position, and it probably won't be median. But if they are connected, maybe mom and dad know some people, maybe they can start out that high. I don't want to shoot anybody down, but the people that we see normally are in the entry-level position, which may be, anywhere between 40 to 55,000, somewhere in that range. So, but depends on how long you stay in school and what you focus in on. So that's a great research tool for us to go out and show them how to take advantage of college prep and understanding what they're good at for career exploration. So we're going to come back here and go under the next one, which is your dream job tab. So you'll click here, and that's getting them prepared to figure out, okay, this is what I'm good at. This is kind of how much it pays, and this is what they do. So you're kind of walking through this process. And so now you go through the next one, which is actually going to break down the dream jobs and college matching. Okay, so you've done a little bit of that already. But now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the training center, and we're going to find out, how to choose the right college, how to look inside the admissions department and what in the world they looking for. And Erin Andrews is a former Stanford admissions advisor, and she's telling you how they scrutinize your application before they either accept you or deny you from making it into the college. And it is amazing the stuff this woman talks about. If you watch this video and you walk away not wanting to get involved in a debate, or excuse me, my voice for cracking, I'm still going through puberty here. But if you find out that I don't know if I should be in student council or not or what have you, after looking at that video, you will definitely want to take advantage of everything you can to make sure your brag sheet is where it needs to be to get yourself into a good college that has a high four-year graduation rate, big endowment funds, big institutional scholarships and grants. So you definitely want to pay attention to that video that's down there. It's very, very helpful. So we're going to click out of that and go back over to, and again, hopefully I'm not offending anybody. I'm just crazy. I love having fun. So if you come out here under college research, this is the next tab. You're going to go in here and you're going to see how we built out the third pillar. Okay, and again, we had about 17 of these, so we've tried to narrow it down to about 5 of them. And so under college research, it's how do you go out and do more research on the schools that you're interested in. So we actually walk you through how to research it through our software. So we actually have another training video on that there. And then we also have a training center. And so you can use a website. You may want to write this one down, which is called Unigo. It's good for understanding the student reviews. You can put in a college. It gives you information about what students are saying about the school and things of that sort. Scholarship searching. We teach you how to use Unigo because they have a lot of scholarships on their website, and we teach you how to find those scholarships. Endowment funds. So we go over that. And college leveraging. So I'm going to actually show you real quick. I'm going to sidebar and show you some sample awards that we've actually got, award letters that we've actually got back. So we're going to talk real quick about both of those too. I'm going to sidebar and bring this up so you can see this. Okay, so this student here actually got an award letter from Dartmouth University, and they're not a cheap school. They actually were $56,000, $906 a year. And so the family's contribution was $50,551 of that. That was not a small amount. And so then if you look down, their financial aid scholarship portion was actually only $6,355. So the family was going to actually have to come out of their pocket with 50. School was willing to give only 6. Okay, pretty interesting. So if you come down, we had them go through what is called like an appeal process, where they use other award letters from other schools to try to get this school to match or come close to what was being awarded from some other college. They may not even have wanted to go to those other colleges, but they didn't need to know that. So that's called college leveraging. So actually the $6,000 scholarship actually increased to $34,000. And that had nothing to do with increasing their ACT test score, had nothing to do with them increasing their GPA, or any of that. It was all about leveraging one college against another. That's how that works, along with the award letters. And then this is a wonderful website called Students Review. That's students, plural, review. So if you want to find out how many people graduated from the college, what the unemployment rate is of those who graduated, what the average salary is of those who graduated, you can do that for every college you're interested in looking at through that website, studentsreview.com. We actually have a video that trains them how to go out and use that site and find that data that I just got through talking about, because it's kind of confusing going out there. So we've done all the research, put it out here so they know how to go out there on their own and basically do what we've actually kind of trained them on how to research. So we've done all the heavy lifting for you to try to make it a lot easier for each student. If you go out here under merit-based funding, essay writing, all that is very, very important if you're trying to get more money out the school. So how to land a college scholarship. So we've got a great video on that there. Getting a perfect score on the ACT test is always awesome, so we kind of walk through that. ACT test preview. PBS has a great special on student loans and how to stay away from those things. FastWeb, we show you how to go out there and find scholarships there. I'll walk you through that here in a second. Big Future College Board is another great resource for finding scholarships. We have a training video on both of those along with Unigo. And then also how to write an essay. There's a webinar on effective essay writing. So we go through that to make sure that you guys are ready to rock and roll and get those essays out the door. All right. So financial aid, we walk you through how to use our software for finding more out about financial aid. And then we actually have a financial aid 101. It's a great video that just kind of walks you through the whole process of understanding financial aid. So sports, we kind of walk you through how to get recruited, how to go through the athletic portion, how to do athletic resume, questions that you can go over when you do your athletic interviews with the athletic coaches or the athletic directors, how to make a winning highlight, not with your hands shaking saying, go, go, go. No, we try to make sure you don't do that when you do your video. So that all is there. And now, as far as ACT test, we've got a tracking system that you can actually utilize. So you can come out here and you can actually see that you can put in here your composite scores. So why is that important? I'm glad you asked. If you go to colleges, you'll actually see. So we can go out here and let's say I want to go over to I'm here in Missouri and Kansas, so let's say I want to go to KU. Okay, so we'll go out here to KU. Let's see if we got the University of Kansas. Let me go here real quick. See if we've got that. There we go. University of Kansas in our list. And you can add as many schools as your heart desires in the software. So basically you go out, you see the total cost, you see the out-of-state cost. If you want to click on their website to get more information about who the athletic department person is, if you're an athlete or what have you, you can go right there and it'll automatically take you over to KU's website. So you can see information there. You can actually go back over into our software. So I'm going to click back here and you can actually click here if you want to apply. This one click and it takes you right over to the application. Why is that ACT test important? Glad you asked. Well, everything in blue is your score and everything that's in purple is the score of the 50% of those who were admitted into the college. Okay, it has the graduation rates, which you see is 32%. In a 4-year period, we like to see that number over 50%. And then it shows you all the degree programs right in our software for every field of study. If they have a bachelor's, master, or doctorate degree in the different fields of study. Okay, and it has everything that the campus has. It's a great way of making sure that if you're going to get a master's degree or doctorate degree, that all those are offered at the same campus level, unless you know you're going to transfer after you get your bachelor's degree. So, but you should know that up front before you choose which college you want to go to. And so, if you come here under College Prowler, you're going to see that every school has what is called like a college scoring system. So, these are the other students that are down there that have ranked the school and kind of gave it their own assessment score. This was updated 12 days ago, 13 days ago. The parking may not be the best. I guess some drug safety must be on that same line. So you can kind of look at that. Now, a lot of things that the universities don't share with the parents is like the criminal history. If you want to find out what's going on with like drug violations or things of that sort. So we have those reports built into our software. So you actually have the ability to go under campus security. And if you do that, you actually see it shows you drug violations, liquor law violations, burglaries, motor vehicle theft, aggravated assaults, sexual offenses, forcible, what have you, manslaughter, if there's any crazy stuff like that happening. So just great things. I know there's a kid that went to go to a particular college, I won't say the name, and when he found out how many liquor law violations there were down there, he said, no, you're not going down there. So if you come here under the calendar, pretty cool because we're going to show you real quick how they can actually find scholarships. This is one of our national students here that we work with here in the Kansas City area actually. And so basically from here, when you log in using her account, you're going to see that she actually found some scholarships that met her criteria. So let this thing total up the total matches based upon her going through the training we showed her. And so she found 116 scholarships for $705,000. Okay, pretty awesome, right? So you come down here and let's say we find a scholarship that is, let's see here, Teen Travel Writing Scholarship. Let's see what that's about. Alright, so this was due September the 14th, and the Teen Travel Writing Scholarship is available to junior high and high school students. Look at that, 13 to age 18. People think you have to be a senior in high school to go for these, but they actually will save the scholarship that you're awarded until you graduate from high school and then use those funds when you get ready to get admitted into college. So you can start at as early as 13 years of age going after scholarships. I really want to make sure I point that out. So what we tell you how to do, we train you on the videos on how to do all this, but you copy that. And so that's called the Teen Travel Writing Scholarship. So if you go back into our software, you can click here, and that deadline is the 14th. So you come out here and you say, okay, it's the Teen Travel Scholarship. Okay, so Teen Travel, I'm not going to type the whole thing up, but you get the gist of it, right? And so the deadline is there, and I found that scholarship on FastWeb, right? And so then you can go in here and you can paste it right in here and then just hit text me. Now, by doing this, the software is going to automatically send you a text message telling you don't miss the deadline on the scholarship, and it will email everybody associated with the account, mom, dad, grandma, whoever, the student, of course. Everybody's notified, don't miss the scholarship deadline, right? You can do that with anything, applications, what have you. So great to have that feature. Now, I know you're probably wondering, well, how does my phone get connected to the software? I was reading your mind. I knew it already, right? So if you come out here to where it says manage notifications, you can text this code here to that number, and you get your own code. So you text this code to that number, it automatically enables your phone to the software. There's no monthly fee in order to be able to have that. If you get involved in the program, it's a one-time fee, and there's no ongoing fees for this program. So that's pretty cool. And then while I'm here, let's go ahead and go under the Keychain. Under the Keychain, you'll actually see that, have you ever lost a password? I mean, I know, or forgot a password or what have you. I know I have a lot. So basically, you can come out here, put in the name of the website, the URL, username, password, save it. You can have 100 of these keys if you wanted to. So if you ever forget the password, you can just show your password like that. And also, you can just click on the hyperlink, and it's going to automatically take you right over to the NCAA clearinghouse or whatever website you have. And oftentimes, it will get you to a point where it can log you in some situations. If not, you can just toggle right back over here, show your password, and then go back over here and put your password in. But in this situation, it got us where we need it to be. All right. Next portion, which is almost the last thing we have here, you'll see under the files that you can go here. And so we talked about a couple things about the appeal letters and all that. Well, we've already wrote them for you. They're in Word. And so all you have to do is download those and tweak them and send them out. We've already done the hard work for you. The parents told us that they wanted to see a sample, so we provided it. We have sample essays out here that we've already written that you kind of can look at and see kind of the writing styles that are necessary. And then if you want to upload documents, you can do that. You can upload your resume, your transcripts, your recommendation letters, whatever you want to do. You don't have to walk around with a jump drive. This is accessible from any Android, tablet, iPad, cell phone, Apple, Mac. Well, they're the same thing, but Apple and HP and bananas and all that good stuff. So you can do it on all those platforms that will give you what you need in order to make sure you can access these documents. So if you're out of town and you forgot to send something to a coach, you can come right out here and still be able to get that information over to the people that need to receive. All right, now I know you're wondering at this point, we're at the end of the webinar, how basically much does this whole program cost? I went over all the bells and whistles of what this program can do, and you're wondering what the program will cost. So let's get to that now. The scholarship software program gives you unlimited access to the scholarship software. You have access to college coaching advisors like myself. I'm actually certified in college planning relief, ACT test score tracking system, 5-step building block system that we went over in the software, career exploration, 50 plus videos in the training center, sports recruiting training, SMS text message reminders, video library access. We will have webinars that they can actually attend, the students can, and also webinar replays if you have something going on that you can't attend the webinar. Keychain and password storage, which we showed you that. Again, 24/7 support to the software. Scholarship search training, where you can learn how to go out and find scholarships on your own, and also how to write essays and college leveraging. And then also the $500 that we told you about in the beginning of the webinar that you'll receive. For those who actually enroll into this program, would be able to receive all those things. There's a 100% money back guarantee. If you're not happy with the services that we provide, you have 30 days, no hassles, no questions. We give give you your money back immediately. And all of this is given to you for only a one-time fee of $75. I did say that correctly. That's a one-time fee of only $75. So you'll see that there is a link. That link will lead you back to this page. Basically, at this point, you can actually click on that buy now, and you can actually take advantage of this for only $75. If you go to our website, which is collegecoachingnetwork.com, you'll see that that is actually being offered to you for $150 per user. Okay, so you're getting a 50% discount because you're actually one who basically enrolled through the webinar. Now, I want to throw in another incentive. I'm kind of feeling crazy today, so let's throw in another incentive to really try to help you impact the life of your children. If you have more than one child, somebody right now may be thinking about that. So it's just $75, and I've got 4 children. We're going to actually make this a family plan. I normally don't do this, but I do want to make sure that we can help as many families as we can with our software plan. I believe it really is beneficial to families. So we're going to offer this $75 as a family plan. So if you have up to 5 children, we'll allow all 5 of those children to come under this plan for that one-time fee of $75. So we'll actually show you what you'll need to submit to us in regards to the other students that you have that are siblings of your actual first student that you're signing up, and we'll get you 5 accounts, 5 user accounts. They're all individual accounts for that one-time fee. So we appreciate you for spending the time with us today, and look forward to being able to help you take your children to the next level. So have a wonderful day. Again, we have a no hassle money back guarantee. I haven't ever refunded anybody on this program, but I do want people to know that they are definitely making an investment with a company that is secure, and we want to help you any way we can. Have a wonderful day.